There is absolutely nothing like homecoming weekend here at Daytona State College. An absolutely pristine day on the east coast of Florida, and we're ready for a big-time NJCAA women's soccer matchup as Polk State, the Eagles, are in town to take on the Daytona State Falcons. Absolutely thrilled to have you with us, everybody. Drew Felios alongside the professor, Ted Sofianos. Two of the top teams in NJCAA soccer, just one loss between them. It is going to be a true soccer clash. Let's pause now our national anthem. So a Saturday morning, about to be a Saturday afternoon with the beautiful game and Daytona State athletics. The men successful last night. And Ted, I know you're excited about this matchup. It is going to be an awesome day of athletics here at Daytona State.
Oh, perfect soccer weather do we have today, Drew. But this is going to be quite the matchup that we're looking at. You mentioned it before, only one loss between the two. Polk State. I mean, there's something to reckon with. They just went against the number one team in the country, which happens to be Eastern Florida, and only lost 3-2, Drew. This is going to be a barn burner.
So Polk State, team that comes in 7-1. The lone loss to Eastern Florida State College, that happened just a few days ago. This team is talented with Sophia Nichols, the goalie out of Orlando. She is tough to break in the net. The defenders, Blake, Seipler, and Estrado, along with Boyven and Kermis as well. The midfielders, exceptional. Johnson and Otta, and the forwards, Lugo, Pierre, and Joseph. Polk State College, they are coached by Jessica Belly. She is in her third season, and she is doing it by herself today. No assistant coaches. A little bit of a lonely bench over on the visitor side, but she is one of the best in the game at this level. For Daytona State, this team comes in very, very high-powered. Allison Worley has been tremendous, but she is not in the starting lineup here this morning. Lucia Guemes, one of the top keepers at this level in the country. Tremendous goalkeeper, big-time prospect in the net. Take a look at the rest of the forwards. Hosier, English, Trujillo, Ariana Wilson as well. The midfielders, De Silva, Johnston, and Stevenson, and Caroline Boston with Shania Harris, who had a big game just a few nights ago. She wears number 8. And the head coach is Hope Clark. Coach Clark stressing it's about the journey. Enjoy it. Strive for it. Let's get better. Let's build this program. And Daytona State right now ranked number 13 and climbing in the NJCAA poll.
And I'm sure we're going to have more info to share with our audience about Hope Clark that we just saw. Just such a storied past, and what an awesome beginning here at Daytona State.
80 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, and we're underway from Daytona State College. Polk State, the Eagles in black. Daytona State in the familiar white and blue. And you see the aggressive pressure defense immediately from the Eagles of Polk State. They do not want Daytona State to get comfortable on their home pitch here early.
Right now, full pressure, full court pressure here shown by Polk. Strategy that we're going to see if it's going to pay off.
Here's Boyven sending it back. Nichols clearing it here for Polk State. So Daytona State with their eyes set on the national tournament. This will be a good test here this afternoon. This team is nothing like the competition on Wednesday night, Ted. This is going to be an entirely new league here today.
Right. I mean, yeah, that was a bit of a rout that we watched with a 9-goal deficit. You know, DSC Falcon ladies looking great for that. Obviously, the bench was able to empty and get some playing time there. That's always important for that kind of experience. Here you're going to see a corner, an in-swinger. Let's see how they set it up. Interesting. Everybody has a position there for Polk State. Interesting how they have it set up. This is a definite set piece that's been practiced.
Raisa Lugo, the in-swinger. Ball will be headed out, but in a pretty good spot here. Polk State just trying to get a finishing touch on it. Dangerous ball here in the early going.
Yeah, that was dangerous. That was right up the middle. Luckily, nothing came of it.
Allison Worley is on the pitch. She is wearing number 26. Good to see her, the top scorer, right there for Daytona State, right side of your screen. 11 goals to her credit.
Yeah, top scorer for the team. Right now, DSC not being able to get into the defensive half of Polk State. Watching a lot of ball play right now in the defensive end of the Lady Falcons.
Pretty good idea, getting it right into the middle of the box before it's sent over. And Polk State, the aggressor here early on. They led Eastern Florida, #1 team in NJCAA, before surrendering that lead late. Lucia Güemes, goalkeeper out of Spain, sophomore, having a tremendous season in goal today for the Falcons.
Yeah, with Güemes in the net, they have not had one goal scored against them. Here we have finally a little bit of a breakout for the Lady Falcons. Finally getting into the half of Polk State. Miscue there, but right back.
Falcons trying to possess with purpose here. And a player goes down. A couple players colliding from each side. And the official immediately has to step in. Wakaba Kugwir, who was active on Wednesday night, the young lady out of Japan, getting up slowly. And there you see Alejandra Espinosa out of Boca Raton. 3 goals to her credit this year.
Yeah, we called both those names on Wednesday quite a bit, Drew. Kugwir and Espinosa.
Akari Kashida on top of it now. She'll have a free kick for Daytona State. Ball is sent in.
That was a great ball. That was a great service.
Falcons get a good touch on it inside the box, and a bunch of black shirts around before Sophia Nichols is able to cover it.
I was going to give them, the Lady Falcons, some confidence there. That was 2 good plays there, sent into the box, into the 18, almost into the 6-yard box. Both of them a bit dangerous. So looking pretty even thus far. 40 minutes left, 5 minutes gone. Both teams, their specialties are possession. As soon as I say that, you saw what happened.
Sent end over end now. Here comes Daytona State.
Great left foot there down the line.
So now Polk State trying to get an angle. Ball deflected. Daytona State in good defensive position that time.
Again, it goes to Lavelle Pierre.
Trying to split the defense. Player goes down for the Eagles. And no call right now. Oh, that was really physical, but I think a good no call. Getting up slowly is Pierre, the forward out of Miami. So big day here on campus at Daytona State. Homecoming festivities going on. Softball and baseball alumni games. Softball taking place at noon, baseball at 1 p.m. We got the alumni golf outing. And then we got women's volleyball later on, 3 p.m. inside the Lemoran Center. If you're watching at home, come on out to campus, as we've got pretty much all day long sports going here at Daytona State.
Great activities going on. And Drew, I got to call a volleyball game with you, and I tell you, that was probably one of my most exciting days of announcing. What a great time that was to be part of that game.
Salinata sending it down the pitch. And it's eventually given up.
Just 2 giveaways there. You know, both teams maybe a bit nervous. There's Pierre running that down. Good job. Yeah, I mean, that's why you do these, they call them triangle skill drills. I mean, that's what you're always trying to do is, you know, play to feet in most cases, unless it's a through ball.
Seeing some pretty good individual skill. Salinata sets up the service. Here it comes, and it's on top of the goal. So Güemes will have a goal kick coming up here for the Falcons.
Güemes was not worried about that one at all as it started to skid over the end line there.
21 new players this season for this Daytona State women's soccer club. Again, victorious 9-0. It was a total runaway.
Okay,
that game on Wednesday.
I'm not sure exactly what just happened. The ball was just put to the goalie by Polk State, and that's when you have an opportunity to start bringing your middies. You know, you should put your 2 strikers right up there by the 18-yard arch, and then bring your middies up forward to try to create that type of, you know, all-court, full-court pressure. Was not done, and here's another miscue in passing.
Now the Falcons, a chance. Daytona State with an offside. Oh, the flag went up.
Wouldn't have been a goal anyway. The keeper made a great save there just before the whistle was blown. So good job there. Sophia Nichols, even though it was an offsides, which I couldn't see from here. I thought it was, so here's the replay.
Yeah, Allison Worley just offside. Take a look at also Shania Harris, number 8. Young lady out of Jamaica. Salinata, nice touch.
Yeah, nice turn there.
And now Estrada seeing some quality here from the Eagles. Shot on goal, and it'll be picked up by Lucia Güemes. Güemes so solid. Division I prospect. She'll be playing at the next level next year, Ted. She has made the most of her time here in Daytona. Developed, just got better and better. Leadership on the pitch. Remember, she has been in a battle for the goalkeeping spot ever since she arrived on campus, and very calmly did her best and just was able to solidify herself as the premier keeper.
Yeah, I like the way she talks back there too. Kind of like the field general, telling everybody, you know, who to mark, where to go. I mean, she's got the best, right? She's got the best vision, as everybody else has their back to her. So, you know, that orchestration is, you know, valuable, extremely.
See Kate Bako checking out of the game, and already a substitution. Marcella Kosny, 6 goals to her credit, will enter for Polk State. So lots of firepower. You've got Lugo, number 13, with 14 goals, and then you've got 3 different ladies with 6 goals.
Yeah, both of these teams have a lot of goals between their wins. And again, you've mentioned it, I can't emphasize enough, Drew, that only 1 loss between these 2 teams. Güemes, great anticipation there. And now we'll distribute out to the right back.
eaten up here by the Eagles. Polk State trying to send one in. And Daytona State will clear it once more. Crowd building here on this beautiful day in Daytona at the soccer complex. Had great crowds over the last few days.
Number 10, Atta, I mean, she's been all over the place for Polk State. Really challenging with those 50-50 balls.
Harris now on top of it. Harris had a couple goals on Wednesday. Nice move there.
That's
Maybe.
a great call.
Yep, got a little held up that time, Ted.
Yeah, that was a great call. The referee was trying to let it play on, but being harassed a little bit too much with the pulling and the grabbing there, and that's a great call by the referee. He was trying to anticipate that, you know, she might get through, but at the end of the day, then he blew the whistle. What terrific call there. And here it is again. I mean, she's passed. You can see the grabbing of the arm a couple of times there. Good job by the referee. Yeah. Got into her back. That's it. Call goes the other way.
So back-to-back fouls here, one for either team. Just kind of sense the type of game that this is going to be. Sophia Nichols, goalkeeper out of Orlando for Polk State. There is lots of talent in the Lakeland, Orlando area for soccer. Some great feeder high school programs that have contributed. Sophia having a great year for the visiting side.
Yeah. So far, kind of, oh, here's a giveaway.
Daytona State trying to take advantage. Harris with the ball at her feet. Harris attacking. Just needed that one touch to maybe get a shot on and possibly put it away.
You know, she was favoring her right foot. That should have just been one-time lefty right there. Golden opportunity there, breakaway. You know, obviously you have a dominant foot. Everybody does. Very few people play soccer are ambidextrous with their feet, but got to just slide that one in with the instep of the left foot.
Falcons trying to turn one around. That time it was Kagwir.
Yeah, we both know Kagwir is very dangerous. Try to turn that. Good idea.
And she had that really good second half on Wednesday against Pasco Hernando, team that is building, but it's one of those games, you know, you get 9 goals in one game. It's hard to come back and have another game where you score multi-goals in that type of fashion, Ted. And that's where the game can get a little deceiving, and you got to be careful. You can never get too confident in yourself.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure the coach, Hope Clark, talked them down a little bit. Said, you know, this is an anomaly, gang. You know, don't get too full of yourselves, because the next team that you're going to play is going to be like apples and oranges.
Just about 15 minutes in. Drew Felios, Ted Sofianos here on WDSC TV.
We have seen kind of the winds of change a little bit, because now a lot more play has been in the defensive half of Polk State. Both teams still trying to feel it out each other.
Shania Harris, really good pace, very savvy player. Halifax Health, proud supporter of Falcon Athletics and the official healthcare provider for the Falcon Athletic Program. Halifax Health and Daytona State, proud partnership. And we're thrilled to be a part of Daytona State in homecoming 2022. As that ball is going to get called a foul on Celine Atta.
And it was.
So they'll set it up here.
It was definitely a foul, but I'm not sure what happened with Harris here. She went right past the defender, and the ref, and she fell hard, flat, and no call from the ref. Certainly wasn't a dive. You saw her get tripped, and you know, if I push the ball past the defender, and then I'm hitting the foot and I'm laying on the ground, that's a foul. Surprising on that one. You know, the zebras don't always get it right. I know that. I was one, Drew, for some time. I got my share of getting yelled at.
Here it comes. A little bit of height on that one, and it's going to miss everything. Glemis was on guard.
It was a nice idea, and it was struck well. Yeah, you got to pull that back. You got a whole bunch of Polk State right there. I mean, again, you see something like that. You had 5 defenders in that small area, right? The small, kind of like a square. You don't want to go into that. You got to pull it back. Oh, yeah, that's a foul.
Harris takes a shot, and her leg was planted that time. That's why she is in obvious pain. Shania Harris, sophomore out of Jamaica.
Yeah, if I caught that correctly, that's going to be a nasty Charlie horse when you take a knee into the thigh that way. That's going to be ice all night and tomorrow morning. She'll be able to walk it off for the rest of the game, but that's going to hurt tomorrow. It's going to be a bad bruise. Put it to the outlet, just like Wemmish just did now. See, they're doing a great job of defending to the back. And if you see it, there's just a little bit of push, just enough not to, to dislodge the ball, but not enough to call a foul.
This is Pierre laying it off. Top of the box. Oh, cut off that final pass. If that pass had found its mark, it would have been big time trouble. Allison Worley trying to chase it down. It gets sent back to Nichols.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised Worley didn't put her body between the defender and the ball. You got to shield. That's what's called shielding. Need to shield that. And she would have gotten hit, but it would have been a foul.
See, Polk State really taking their time offensively. They do not hesitate to send balls back. Sometimes a pass behind is really a pass forward. So Morgan Hosier will now throw it in. She's a transfer from Valdosta State. Starting outside back for the Falcons. Daytona State's got tremendous depth. See that bench. A lot of ladies eager to get into the game here this afternoon. Estrada sending it back, and now handling it is Boyven.
Good strong head there. Great ball into space there. And now you got to have somebody else. Yeah, you got to have somebody else go on the flank. You got to pull the defenders away from that. You got to stretch that sideline. Because then you're just going to have a whole bunch of congestion in the middle of the field like you just saw.
Eagles now working far side. Daytona State, really good position, just sort of sitting back right now. Lugo, top goal scorer. She does most of the damage for Polk State. And now here comes number 9, Pierre. It's Pierre trying to get a service in. Here's that cross on the ground, top of the box. Send the shot in. Falcons able to get a foot on it, deflect it.
Oh, that was a great turn. I don't know. I didn't think she could do that, but that was terrific. Good thing a defender from DSC was there to block that shot. That was a ripper as she was going the opposite way and still turned and hit it. There's that little bit of pushing again that I was talking about that doesn't have a foul called by the ref, but enough to try to dislodge the ball.
And finally, the official here will step in, and I think we're going to have a no call once again. So officials letting them play. They realize that these are two very good teams and both trying to really exert their will. There's our officiating crew, Anthony Salgado. We've got Rob Huffman and Con Aurora on the crew here this afternoon.
The only thing when I see like two high-powered teams like this, and you might let the teams play a little bit. I'm always against that as an ex-referee because it can get really chippy and frustrating for both teams very quickly.
Here it comes, right at Güemes. That was a rocket. Ball was well struck.
Güemes made that look easy, though, didn't she?
She certainly did. Falcons so sure-handed with her in goal. This is Pierre.
That'll be over.
And that ball sent high. Pierre, the setup player that time for Polk State. So far, even battle. I think maybe Polk State has a slight edge up to this point.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd say possession and almost 50-50 for both teams. We're just
Subbing in for the
starting to
Falcons,
see a little bit more
number
development
7,
in the
Ariana Wilson.
Polk offensive
And
end here,
number
as you've been
13,
seeing.
Jada
A number of
Samuel.
shots, some on goal, some not. But right now, the last several minutes, been really going for a Polk.
So Ariana Wilson checks into the game for Daytona State. Wilson wears number 7, sophomore out of Cape Coral. Went to Mariner High School. Allison Worley, their 26, giving chase. And the spark plug in the game for the Falcons, and she is already going after it, talking about Jada Samuels.
Yes.
Number 13, made a big difference on Wednesday night, and you see the speed she brings to the pitch.
Not only that, yeah, but putting that pressurizing the keeper. I mean, you got to do that. All right, that was not a bad throw. Good idea. Just a little bit more arc on that, and Samuels would have had a go at it. I've been noticing, though, Worley's been really chugging along here for a lot of different sprints that are not as meaningful because she's doing it without the ball and trying to run down what's going on in the defense for Polk State. You don't want to have her being, doing that type of work right now because it'll slow her down quite a bit for the offensive end, which she's best at. Nice idea.
Taken away by the Eagles, across that midfield line. Now Polk State will work. Polk State with some speed. They get numbers forward. Falcons. That's contact.
That's going to be penalty kick. Yep, it's been called.
So a penalty kick. The foul. Jillian Johnson attacking for Polk State, and the Eagles will have their first opportunity here. And a penalty kick. Lucia Güemes is going to be put to the test.
I mean, the referee, he was quick to point that out and immediately point to the spot, which is 12 yards out.
And this is going to be the top goal scorer, Raisa Lugo. She's got 14 goals this year. She is their go-to player. Lucia Güemes on guard. And the first lead for Polk State. They're on the board 1-0.
Made that penalty
The
kick look
Eagles
a lot
goal scored
easier
by
than it is.
Number 13, Raisa Lugo.
Yeah, for whatever reason, anytime I see a right footer that's going to take that shot, it's usually a push versus a going to the left post. Güemes unfortunately tried to guess right post there, but it was a push to left post rather, but it was a push to the right.
So the first goal. And Daytona State's going to have to play from behind here. 1-0. Coming up on 20 minutes left to go here in this first half. This is Pierre. Pierre sends it right. Here comes Polk State once again. Look out, this is Kosny. She goes far post, and there's Güemes. Ball was taken off the head of Jillian Johnson. I'll tell you what, Polk State is attacking with purpose.
Yes. That was a beautiful cross. great execution all the way around. Yeah, I really like what I'm seeing from Polk State as far as their defense and you know, really harassing the offensive players of Daytona State. They're always right in their pocket.
Ariana Wilson trying to whip one around. Oh, right off the face of Jada Samuels. And she is shaken up. That is a scary play right there. Ball ricocheted and caught Samuels.
Especially if that catches you in the nose. It stings like heck. Hopefully she'll just be fine. It's just temporary.
Samuel's certainly going to be slow getting up.
You know, with all this talk about what's happened in the NFL with concussions and everything like that, you know, believe me, that soccer ball, it can really hurt, especially when you don't see it coming.
Oh, certainly can. I'm sure you've been struck a few times.
Oh, in the face, in other, you know, just horrible. There's been some horrible, you know, times that I've been smacked by, like, you know, a 60, 70 mile an hour shot. You know, you guys know this out there in TV land. I mean, you can have a soccer ball travel up to 90 miles per hour in some cases, and I've taken some.
Wow.
You know, we all have. Anybody who has played soccer before knows how that feels. And if it's cold out, which we live in Florida, when you're up in New York and you get hit by, and your thighs are cold and it's only like 33 degrees, oh, take that.
So Shania Harris comes right in and replaces Jada Samuels. Samuels going to take a break, and hopefully we see her back in due time.
Yeah, hopefully just a little bit.
So the one PK goal, Raisa Lugo. Forward out of Orlando for Polk State. Jillian Johnson, the playmaker who made it happen after she was fouled. And Guemes going to race over, come off her line, gather the ball, and outlet it here. Have not had much action on goal as far as Daytona State shooting the ball is concerned. Had some decent possession, but Ted, no real opportunities to where we could say, oh, that should have been a goal.
Right now you have Ariana Wilson, number 7, who's been running around trying to dispossess them of the ball. And now she's going up into the forward spot, trying to show herself.
Allison Worley drawing 2 defenders. Falcons trying to get some numbers up the pitch. Slight breeze blowing from left to right. So it is in favor right now of Polk State, and they are taking advantage of the wind.
Yeah, it's really picked up, Drew. You know, we were here at before 10 a.m., and it wasn't like that at all. It's really starting to blow out there. See, again, you've got to come to the ball. And right now it's the defenders of Polk State that are going to the ball faster than the DSC Falcon ladies right now. They've got to go and want it. You got to show yourself.
Morgan Hosier to throw it in. Wondering, where's this ball going to go?
Oh, okay, and right now there's just way too much standing around. We've got to move, especially from a throw-in. You don't want to lose the ball to them right there. You just go backwards with it. Stands are certainly starting to fill in, Drew, for this wonderful homecoming game and weekend.
Oh, these crowds are absolutely fabulous here on campus.
Yeah, you just heard one of the fans yell, "Don't wait on it."
Now it's Pierre. Pierre laying a beautiful ball. This one is shot and scored.
What?
Celine Otta, the midfielder, got behind the defense and doubles the lead for Polk State. 2-0 now over the Falcons.
That was just the way that developed.
Number 10.
And unfortunately for DSC, that ended up in the back of the net. But what a great string of passes, of vision, you know, the peripheral vision that you're seeing players that are square. Then that beautiful 3-ball at the end there that ended up in just being tucked away nicely. Wow. This is you can see why they've got so many goals between, from what I count,
Subbing in for the Falcons, number 10, Wakaba.
5 players who have a total of 32 goals.
Yeah, that play was just executed beautifully. Could not have drawn it up any better. And Celine Otta, the finish. Well, Daytona State certainly did not expect this. They knew that Polk State was going to be a handful, but did not expect to be down 2-0 here on their home pitch.
Exactly, Drew. Yeah.
See if Wakaba Kugwir could maybe turn things around. But hey, it's a good test for the Falcons, Ted. This is a team that has not lost a game this season. And now we can really see what Daytona State is made of. Allison Worley circling back just outside the box here. Again, drawing 2 defenders. Got to pass
help.
it off.
You got to help, though. You got to help. She has nobody around her. Nobody's running to her. You've got to help. You can't expect her to be around 3 defenders, 2 right next to her, and not anybody coming to her to show themselves for a pass. That, to me, is just surprising. That is soccer 101. You see your player in trouble. You got to run to that player and show yourself and say, I'm here, I'm here. Come back, come back. You know, wow. Nobody's running. Nobody's coming to the ball.
Espinoza. Espinoza puts it to the top of the box. James watches it. Shania James sending it wide. This ball given a ride, and it's going to sail out of bounds. But you're right, Ted. It's going to take a team effort to beat Polk State. And right now, Falcons, everybody just doesn't seem to be on the same page.
No, they don't. And if you notice, the speed in which the Polk State team is reacting to almost every single ball is beating DSC each and every time.
Otta gets things going. Number 10, really impressive for Polk State. I know Lugo is the top goal scorer, but what number 10 does, the midfielder, she is a really special talent. 6 goals and 7 assists. Make it 7 goals and 7 assists now for Celine Otta. This ball sent just wide on the ground. Didn't have much of a chance.
No, you're 40 yards out there. No chance whatsoever to take a shot there. It need to be a square ball or out to the wings. Yeah, that's a new rule. A player can touch it within the 18-yard box during a goal kick. That never used to be the case in collegiate soccer, but they changed it.
This is Pierre. Look at the speed. Gets right by Elisa Cruz. Now crosses it over. Güemes has to make a diving save.
Yeah, they're starting to pour it on right now. And you mentioned it the other night, Drew. If at 2-0, if DSC can get 1 goal, it totally will change the dynamics, right? The environment of the game. But the way that Polk is playing, I mean, they're looking right now for more. They are not playing not to lose. They are playing to win right now, which I always advocate for.
Here it comes again. Look out. It's going to be an offside.
Well, and Pierre was through. Pierre had that dribble through. Wow. Good for Daytona State to get that offside call.
It's going to sail over the head that time of Cruz.
It's those little things that you're seeing right now that they most likely don't do at any practice in other games, but it's happening right now. They're just going to have to, change it up, get positive, go back to the fundamentals, and figure out a way back into this game.
Soccer's a tough sport, Ted, in that there are no timeouts. So you just have to kind of play through it. And then halftime, I guarantee you Hope Clark is going to get on these ladies and say, hey, none of us can do this ourselves. It's going to have to take you trusting your teammate next to you.
And even if the coach, has some great advice for a player that's on this sideline, that coach is 60 yards away. Very hard to be vocal that far away and get the players to understand what they need to do and give them some advice. It's going to probably have to wait, as you're mentioning, Drew, to halftime.
Boyven sets it near side. This is Pierre. She has been deadly thus far in this game and is owning that matchup on the right side. Oh, another save. Rebound comes out. Going to work again. In the box, still alive.
Wow.
The Falcons finally clear it. Living on the edge.
Yeah, the Falcons are really I should say Polk State really pouring it on. And very hard right now for the Falcons to keep track of which offender is going by you.
Oh, that ball went off the back that time of Caroline Boston. Güemes bouncing right up. And now this is Allison Worley. Worley sends it wide. Shania Harris gets it right back to her.
You see how quick Ota was on her? I mean, like, so quick. And that's causing these kinds of mistakes as well. This pressurized type of defense, I got to, take my hats off to the coach, right, who is Jessica Belli. I mean, she's got them really in good form for not only the attack, but also the defense for Polk State. Looking both ends looking really good right now.
Well, this is why this team was leading Eastern Florida, #1 team in the country, on Wednesday night. Obviously, no accident. Shania Harris now will hand it off. It's one of those things, too. See Dejanay Anderson checking in. Freshman out of Jamaica. Big spark off the bench she is.
Spoke about her quite a bit on Wednesday night. Might be the spark that they need. But if you notice, as you look at the players, and I don't know if it's evident to those of you watching on TV, but DSC, Lady Falcons, they've got some size, right? They've got height, but you've got these speedsters, both on the offensive, defensive end of Polk State, that really just running down the ball, and just that's what they've had on their side for sure. Quite a bit of speed right now. And also the development of each possession has been, something to witness.
Lexus Harden handling it for Daytona State. Halifax Health partnering with Daytona State College to provide assistance for the education you need to start your healthcare career. Find out more at halifaxhealth.org/education to employment.
I believe that was Lugo again. I mean, just skill. Tremendous amount of skill. Check that. That was Marcella Kozni that took that shot.
Estrada now setting it to her teammate Güemes, able to break up that run. Well done by Lucia Güemes. May have paid for it just a bit. Looks like she may have caught a foot that time in the chest. But she is really, really tough. And Daytona State keeping that lead at 2-0.
Great job with Worley there. The one-time turn.
Falcons trying to counter Shania Harris. She'll send it in on the service. Nobody on the far end. Falcons will eventually chase it down, though. Daytona State needs something good to happen here before halftime, just to have some momentum going into half number 2.
Yeah, I mean, they've staved off a couple of really good tries just recently with Polk State. They staved them off. So, I mean, you could turn this whole game around. You get a goal in the last 8 minutes here.
Ariana Wilson on the throw-in.
No, the throw wasn't to anybody. Believe me, these are things that are being worked on in practice all the time.
There's also patience that is required, Ted, when you're building something from the back, and it just doesn't look like the Falcons have had that patience throughout this game. Everybody wants to go forward quickly, but you got to be patient. You got to rely on your teammates, sometimes passing it behind if necessary.
Right, and you know, if there's a bunch of congestion, as we just saw in the middle, you got to take it back out, bring it back to the, let's say, midfield, and then, you know, start it all over again. Like you just said, patience. Oh, see, that was a lack of talk right there. You got to say man on, woman on, what have you. You got to say, you know, right behind you. Got to let them know. That's the communication element.
Allison Worley. And now this is number 6, Daytona Anderson. Work out of the center circle here, Alexis Harden. Falcons just trying to get everybody a touch, work this ball around, start to get into a bit of a flow, but a ball is intercepted again. Polk State comes up with it, and they try and get numbers forward. Eagles attacking. Lugo already has a goal today, and she'll give it up before they get into the final third. Lugo sends one in, and this is Pierre. Pierre so deadly. Shot from distance here. That one does not have a chance.
I tell you, Pierre is so deceiving. I mean, just a couple of touches, and then she's right by you. Excellent footwork from Pierre.
Yeah, Pierre out of Miami. Safe to say this is a really good team that we're watching compete today against Daytona State.
And obviously going to have an excellent opportunity to be in conference playoffs, no doubt about that. DSC with their record also looking good, but they're going to have to figure out how to match up with teams like this, who are right now displaying a good bit of superiority.
Subbing in for the Falcons.
Jillian Johnson comes out.
Emma Anderstadt. For the Eagles, number 14, Logan Fernandez.
Logan Fernandez heads in, number 14 right there for Polk State. Logan, a sophomore out of Winter Haven. Allison Worley just doesn't look fully comfortable with the ball at her feet thus far in this game.
That should leak out of bounds. Yep. 5 minutes, less than 5.
Emma Andersson right there out of Sweden. See what this freshman can do. Gonna have some ladies called upon here to contribute off the bench, Ted, because it is clear the starters, for the most part, as a unit, not as effective as Hope Clark would like. This is one of those games where you may need a spark or particular element and go to the bench and tell somebody on the bench, hey, I need you to do this.
Exactly.
And see if they can spark the team. Salinata.
Wow. Just great work. Great skill level.
Ball is loose, right in the middle. Eagles with another opportunity, and Guemes looks like she just got a fingertip on it to redirect.
I thought she did, but they're calling it a goal kick. I did think she redirected that ball just a slight bit, but going to be a goal kick here. Oh, just got to put it to feet.
And you see some frustration building from the Falcons. Got to work through moments like this. This is what you call growing pains.
Yeah. Yeah, even in that small exchange that we just saw with the throw-in, nobody's in the back pocket. You should be sticking on them, right? You know, like crazy glue. You got to be right next to them, not to let them turn, not to let them hold on to the ball, make them pass it right away. you got to put that kind of pressure on. Great outlet pass there to the weak side, swung it.
Seipler.
Wow.
Polk State just playing at another speed. Daytona State. Don't see that real sense of desperation just yet.
Oh, out. Okay. That'll be a DSC ball. And with 2 minutes and a half left, I would be flooding right now that area. And right now, keeping a whole bunch of DSC Lady Falcons back. I'm not sure exactly why. And here's a breakout.
So you're saying not enough numbers for it, would you say?
Correct. Correctamundo. Especially with 2 minutes left, you have a throw-in that's all the way in the third of the field.
Falcons trying to make something positive happen. This is Andersta. Emma Andersta. A little bit of contact there, but careful it happened inside the box, and now a player goes down for the Eagles.
Anderson looking for the foul there. I didn't see it.
She kind of stopped.
Yeah. But if you noticed also, there just weren't enough Lady Falcons up there with her as, you know, she was going to control the ball. You got 6 back right now for Polk and only 3 Lady Falcons in that area. You got to change that dynamic.
Espinosa sends it back. 1 minute to play. Half number 1. Falcons trailing at home. 2-0 is the score on homecoming weekend.
Yep. Be a foul. And I do a quick kick here, try to get it before the last 45 seconds expire. Right idea, just not into the proper space.
Would love to hear what Hope Clark tells this Daytona State team at the half. Lot of adjustments to make, as another one that kind of makes you hold your breath just before halftime. Possible corner kick coming up here.
Yeah, it will be, but I'm surprised the Polk Staters are not running to that corner with 11 seconds coming up. There it is.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
So this corner
4,
kick likely not going to happen. Final seconds, half
1,
number 1.
0.
Ball comes in, and that is going to do it. So 2-0 is the score. Goals by Lugo and Ada. Polk State leading the home side here on homecoming weekend. So much going on here on campus at Daytona State. So many programs to tell you about, and a special education you simply will not find anywhere else.
My decision to come to Daytona State College really was a blessing. I feel that the institution chose me, but I also chose this because Daytona Beach has always held a special place in my family's heart. Believe it or not, we used to vacation here as soon as our daughter was born. And so when this position opened up, to me, it was the very best job in the country that opened up this year. And just was a huge privilege for me to come here. I've seen the facilities, the support from Dr. Labasso, the support in the family environment in the athletic department is exactly where I thrive, where I excel as a coach, as a woman, and as a leader. And for me, this is the very best place that God had put me. Here at Daytona State College, the facilities are second to none and some of the best that I have personally been a part of in my coaching career at any collegiate level. The support system, from the academic support center to the writing center to career services, are just absolutely impressive. As we say in our program, it's very difficult to fail here at Daytona State College. The support from the top, coming down from Dr. Labasso all the way through the individuals with METs in the cafeteria, to the professors, to the faculty, to the entire staff that makes this campus beautiful. a great learning environment for our young women, and certainly proud supporters of our Falcon family. Here at Daytona State, our soccer stadium is first class. It's definitely the best stadium I have ever had the privilege of coaching in my entire collegiate career. I'm always excited to step on that field and showcase it to other institutions that visit Daytona State, as well as prospective student athletes. I think it is just an unbelievable atmosphere come game time. And the production and the students that work on that production from our TV station and through that academic program, as well as the athletic staff, really make my job as a coach super easy. Every day is a joy for me to come out and work with them. Their work rate is phenomenal. They're growing each and every day. They have really bought into the culture that I'm bringing here to Daytona State College to create, in my hopes, a national championship program each and every year. It's a wonderful group of young women that excel in the classroom and on the playing field, and we will make them exceptional in the community here, working with additional programs and throughout our campus. So very blessed to work with this group of young women, and I'm excited about the future here at Daytona State College. I'm bringing with me a type of coaching style that really drives home what I like to say is be great. We preach here gratitude, resilience, effort, attitude, and togetherness. And I firmly believe that if we do things right off the field, our X's and O's are going to take care of themselves. To me, it's about building a culture, and a culture that sustains year in and year out, so that we are continuing to produce top-level student athletes, those that are going to perform both academically and athletically as we move them on to the next four-year institution for them. I also play a very high-pressure, fast-paced style of play. I like to press up the field, and really like to play the beautiful game. So our young women have to be extremely fit to play in my program, and I think that's it's been a little bit of a shift here, and I'm excited about how they've really jumped on board, grasping that, and again, seeing them play each and every day, just really getting better, buying into the new style of play. My decision to be a coach, and certainly at the collegiate level, has come from a number of different places. My father was a huge inspiration to me as a young woman. Going through the sport, he really pushed me to play soccer. It was not my first love by any means, but it was where my greatest opportunity was. I had the opportunity to go play at Virginia Tech, develop the best friendships and the best student athlete experience I could ever imagine. And I just really wanted to do that each and every day for other young women. For me, working with the ages of 18 to 21 most of the time is just a gift. It really is. It keeps me young. It keeps me excited. To me, it's not really work. I get to come here and do what I love to do, and I can inspire a lot of young women, I hope, to become the best version of themselves each and every day. So I think a lot of it is not just on the playing field, but much of it off the playing field.
It feels amazing. I mean, the stands, everything looks great,
The best part is that we have the TV program, so it helps expose our team. We got a really good team, so I'm just excited every time we get to step out here.
We got to find a way to put the ball in the back of the net more consistently when you get those chances. Because when you're playing a good team, you're not going to get that many chances. So you got to maximize your opportunities.
Hello, and welcome to Daytona State College, where you can explore more than 100 1-, 2-, and 4-year programs that give you a clear pathway to a rewarding career with flexible opportunities for employment along the way. Visit any of our 5 campuses in Volusia and Flagler counties to see why so many have chosen Daytona State as the place to start. It's all right here. Quality programs, expert faculty, academic support and guidance when you need it, and a diversity of student life, including sports, arts and culture, and dozens of student clubs and activities guaranteed to get you into what we like to call the Daytona state of mind. It's easy to get started on your pathway to success. First, enroll in one of DSC's certificate programs. Some of them only take a few months and can lead to a job and maybe more certificates, like in business, IT, or one of the many skilled trade offerings. DSC offers top-notch public safety, workforce skills training, computer science, automotive, advanced manufacturing, and a host of other programs, as well as performing arts and music production. And don't forget about the amazing exhibitions in our internationally acclaimed Southeast Museum of Photography. Great nationally accredited programs, including nursing, cybersecurity and engineering, along with surgical technology, live TV production, additive manufacturing, beverage science, optician technology, database technology, and lots of other choices with exceptional faculty who care about your success. Another option is to earn your university transfer degree, an Associate of Arts, or AA for short. This will guarantee you entry into a public Florida university and save you thousands of dollars. In fact, you can keep going and finish your bachelor's degree right here, close to home, and save thousands in tuition costs alone. Daytona State currently offers 11 bachelor's programs in business, education, information technology, engineering technology, and nursing, with more to come. One of our more popular programs is Daytona State's partnership with the University of Central Florida, called Direct Connect to UCF. It streamlines transfer as a junior right at UCF. Plus, our articulation agreements with other four-year colleges provide you with lots of options. Many of our associate and bachelor's programs offer online classes. Pick what works best for you, online, in class, or a combination of both. Earning your degree at Daytona State costs less than half of what it would at a university. Throw some financial aid into the mix and you can easily fit college into your budget without being left with a ton of debt when you graduate. You can even apply to get a share of the nearly $1 million in scholarships the DSC Foundation awards every year. No matter where you live, there's a DSC campus nearby with advisors, tutors, writing center specialists, all the free academic support you need, wherever you are, no matter what degree you choose. Plus, Career Services provides job placement assistance, and each campus has a dedicated veteran center, meeting the needs of a surging population of military veterans. If exercise and sports are your thing, you'll want to check out DSC's Aquatics and Fitness Center, or cheer for our Falcon teams in basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball, golf, and soccer, where our men's and women's teams have the run of the new soccer stadium, plus our newest sport, cross country. Being serious about your future should also mean being serious about having fun along the way. With diverse student activities, including nearly 50 student clubs, intramural sports, and student government, here you can create unique opportunities for friendship, learning, and leadership. Our new 84,000 square foot L. Gale Lemerand Student Center is the epicenter of student life on our Daytona Beach campus. Here you will find the library, writing center, career services, a dining area, as well as gaming stations and other student-centered activities. By now, you've no doubt got the picture. Your path starts at DSC. Wherever you're headed, you'll find more at Daytona State.
We understand this year has been overwhelming for most of our community. The struggle to take care of yourself and your family. The uncertainty. At Halifax Health, our doors are always open, and we're here to make you feel safe again. We're here so you don't have to hide from your health. We're here to take care of you. Halifax Health. Live your life well.
Daytona State College is expanding nursing and healthcare programs with additional classes at the Flagler Palm Coast campus. With new state-of-the-art learning facilities, students will be able to finish all requirements for the nursing associate degree, which can be completed in 2 years, then transition easily into the online bachelor degree for increased earning potential. Call 386-506-3052 or visit us online at daytonastate.edu.
Thinking about college? Through Direct Connect, you can transfer from Daytona State College to UCF to complete your bachelor's degree and save big on tuition. In fact, an AA at DSC guarantees you admission to any Florida public university. Find out more at daytonastate.edu.
Welcome back, everybody. Gorgeous day here at Daytona State College, but the Falcons so far struggling in this game on this homecoming Saturday. 2-0 score. Polk State College, the Eagles have come to play here today. They are a dynamic team and right now playing at a different level than Daytona State.
Yeah, it's been a superior level that they've been playing with. But if you notice, they've also been playing with a ton of speed. And one of the things that I've noticed, especially defensively speaking, is that they are in Daytona State's back pocket all the time, and Daytona State is not.
Take a look at the highlights after 45 minutes here on this homecoming Saturday. Officials getting into it. They're ready to start the second half. Back and forth we went in the opening minutes. And this pass right here, just beautiful, sent in. Saw number 10, Celine Atta with the final touch.
Yeah, and that was, I believe, Jillian Johnson with the penalty kick goal. There she was again with that shot, number 7.
And just crossing them in time and again there. Caroline Boston comes up big. Number 2, the last line of defense for the Falcons. But that's why you have halftime, you make adjustments. Hope Clark, I guarantee it, gets into her players' ears. And let's see if Daytona State can light a fire here in half number 2. You take a look right there at Wakaba Kugwir. We need her to get more involved.
Yeah, she needs, and a lot, way too much was being put on the shoulders of Allison Worley. And she was running all over the place, and a lot of time they weren't for more purposeful and useful balls. So, you know, that's a lot of gas that you're expending running around, you know, trying to stop the keeper, having passes between the defender and the keeper and whatnot. You want her to be on that offensive end because she's got that skill level, and she's a really good target for Daytona State Lady Falcons.
Drew Felios and Ted Sofianos alongside this incredible television crew at the Daytona State Multimedia Center.
There again, lots of pressure. Gwyneth did a great job to get out there. I mean, there's a reason why she's one of the best keepers, right, in the nation.
Jillian Johnson. Johnson, oh, they leave an opening for her, and she dishes it off. Dish it right. Look out. Eagles able to get a shot on, and it is scored. Yeah. Polk State adding to their lead. Oh, in the opening minute, it's Marcella Kozney with her 7th goal of the year.
Yeah, and just so beautifully set up after just a bad clear. And here you're going to take a look at the replay. There it is, just a deflection, and then right to the left foot, and boom, off the post in the rama, which is the upper corner. 3-0, now you're comfy. Certainly, I don't think, though, it's Polk's personality of its team to lay back. They seem to want to push constantly. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what you're going to see. You know, Daytona State not out of it by any means. He got 44 minutes almost left. Surprising that was scored in the first minute of the second half.
Yeah, that goal definitely a deflator. I mean, you think you're going to make a few adjustments, come out, and then bam, right out of halftime. That one's certainly a huge, huge difference. 2-0's one thing, 3-0, whole different ball game.
Worley just been hounded all day.
Here she is, left-footed shot, and nicely done. Sophia Nichols able to jump on it, but credit Worley. That's probably the first shot on goal that Daytona State has had this entire game.
And a good one. You know, keeper had a dive to her left, make a pretty decent save.
Allison Worley, the transfer out of Troy University. Got her from the transfer portal. She's made a big difference so far this year.
See, that's just great control, finding your outlet, and now you're swinging it.
Ball is gathered in by Kozney. Kozney's so dangerous. This is Pierre. Pierre trying to dribble through traffic. Wow. Oh, my. Lovely Pierre.
Incredible footwork.
7th goal of the year for her, and now the Eagles pouring it on.
The Eagles goal scored by number 9, Lovely Pierre.
Just so talented. I mean, what an incredible turn, possession. The defenders just kind of shedding them right and left. And here's the replay of her skills. Great pass. Pierre 1, 2, and then boom. Wow. I mean, that's hard to follow up. I mean, that's a great act right there. And, you know, I kind of said to you before, Drew, it doesn't seem that this team has the personality of tamping it down and then just looking at the 3-0 lead and saying, okay, I'm just going to fall back a little bit. No. That's not what we're seeing at all. We're seeing them pouring on even more.
Shania Harris set it left.
You know, from this point forward, if I'm Coach Hope Clark, I'm going to think, okay, what can we extract from this game that, you know, we can look at positively, and what are we going to have to look at as far as, you know, how do we beat this team next time we play them? And that's going to, you know, it's going to take, you know, a lot of time in the skill drills and the practice sets to kind of figure that out.
Ray Saluco, 15 goals on the year, has one today. And now Jillian Johnson. Johnson really good on that wing. Oh, Cruz.
Oh, one of the few mistakes Pierre made with that turn. That was just beautiful by Jillian Johnson. Absolutely gorgeous to free herself and just beat that defender right around the corner.
Here comes Daytona State now. Let's see if the Falcons can get something positive. This is Kuguir.
Right, we only have one person in the box right now.
Allison Worley, and then the offside.
Wow.
So Worley trying to make something happen. 40 minutes to go here. You know, usually on homecoming, a lot of college football teams will play teams that are cupcakes, as they like to say. Complete opposite here for Daytona State on this homecoming Saturday, playing a juggernaut in Polk State. And right now, score a bit lopsided.
Speaking of cupcakes, Drew, they do have some here for homecoming
Where?
weekend.
Where?
Downstairs. I was just there, and I had to hold myself back.
Andersta now spreads it to Worley. Worley, contact right there. Pops right back up.
Oh, that's a foul. Yeah.
Second time, they'll call it. And Worley now will get up a little bit slow. So Worley going to keep on fighting.
Honestly, great tenacity by Worley there in the corner, keeping it going, keeping the play alive. And, you know, now that you're looking at a pretty dangerous set piece there, let's see how they can shape it for the Lady Falcons. Number 21, Alejandra Espinoza going to take this kick. Got a three-person wall looking at right now.
Alejandra Espinosa, the freshman, puts this one in a really good spot right in the middle. The final touch is there, and Daytona State is on the board. Beautiful strike by Alexis Harden.
And I don't know why, but you got two players. I don't know if they knocked heads or what happened, but they are down for Polk State. Hopefully they're fine, but wow, I'll have to see that through the replay. Just want to tell everybody out there in TV land that we have a student camera people working it, and here it is, and boom. I mean, that's a great touch right there by number 28, and that is Alexis Harden. Just a great one-time touch with the loose ball. Did a little plinko in the area, ching, 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 and boom. Put it away in the left side, left post. Tucked it nicely. So we still have a Polk player down, Drew.
So Daytona State, finally something positive happens here with just under 39 minutes to go. Falcons are on the board, and let's see if that opens the floodgates now. Daytona State certainly has the talent to string some together here. Looked like the player just kind of fell down or was shoved down. Did not see exactly the contact that happened, but she's going to get up rather gingerly, and I'm talking about Ejene Joseph, who was involved in that physical exchange. You know, sometimes on those set pieces, Ted, when it's all mixed up and the ball's coming in, it gets really physical.
Well, from what I'm seeing from her body language and where she was, looked like she might have taken a shot in the back. And here's the replay once again. Let's see if we can see what happened. We're going slow-mo here. All right. There it is. Okay, looks like she got hit just a little bit in the back, but maybe just came down funny. Yeah, I didn't see a lot there, but again, I mean, you know, you had 4 or 5 bodies that were colliding, and hopefully that player will come on back.
Emma Parrish.
So Emma Parrish will sub in number 22. Take one more look at it. Did not see much contact here.
Might have caught her own player's knee in the back from what I'm seeing there.
Nonetheless, 38:53 left to go in the game. And finally, the Falcons are on the scoreboard. So you said it, plenty of soccer to be played. If you can get one more, Ted, then you draw to at least within striking range. And we're going to get a foul here. Daytona State will have possession.
You know, I've mentioned that before. The Polk State has been in the back pocket quite a bit, and I told you it was marginal, right? Just that little bit of a shove or a push. You know, for me, as a former referee, I call a lot of that. I don't like the chippy play to go by. referees have let it play on quite a bit today. And obviously to the detriment of the Daytona State players. There it is. There it is again. See, there's the push. That's a foul right there. Number 4, that was a foul. Just grab the shirt.
Harden sending it out. See a lot more pace here. Daytona State starting to trust each other. You can clearly see that in the tempo right now.
Yeah, they look totally different, Drew. Just more relaxed and more doing what they know how to do, and that is play their game. Yeah,
with purpose. Just seemed like they were kind of skating through that entire first half. But now clearly a wake-up call has been sent. Anytime an opposing team puts a 4 spot on you on your home field, certainly can wake you up. Jillian Johnson now attacking for Polk State.
She's been tough. She's been tough to stick.
And Cruz has been beaten on that first step all day long. Here's a header and another goal. What incredible quality from the women in black. Marcella Kozny's got her second.
I mean, it's almost at will. That's extremely hard to do, to take your left foot, push it across right in the 6-yard box at someone's head.
Number
Incredible.
9, Marcella Kozny.
Wow, here it is again, folks. There's Pierre. Beautiful. It's a, weak side pass. I mean, almost didn't go in. I mean, it's the way she hit it. And Guamas, no chance whatsoever.
Sorry, Derek.
So Marcella Kozny now with 2 goals. She's got 8 on the year, and the brace here on this afternoon.
Coming in for the Falcons.
Akari Kashida comes into the game, the freshman from Tokyo. She's got 6 goals in her back pocket for Daytona State. Oh, they need some here. Falcons need goal production. Still have plenty of time, 37 plus remaining.
You got nobody in the box and you're passing into it. That's just not Daytona State soccer. You know that. You know Hope Clark's not happy about that. You got nobody in the box and you're passing to another, to the defensive team. Just giving it away. If there's nothing there, you pull it back, right? You pull it back and you start the process all over again. Right? Moneyball. It's a process. It's a process. It's a process, Drew.
Couple players mixing it up. This is Pierre. She's had a great game for Polk State. Now this is Kermis. Rochelle Kermis coming near side. Sierra Seipler. Part of that Stouch back row. And now here's Johnson.
Johnson, who has had no trouble beating any DSC defender today.
Johnson. Ball is again free.
Wow.
Oh, finally cleared. Hold your breath.
Yeah.
Shania Harris comes up with it here for the Falcons. Falcons trying to attack, but that attack has just been a little bit slow here all day long. And credit the defense of the Eagles for making that happen. Now Daytona State will get one back, trying to make the most of the turnover.
As I, analyze both teams, I think the premier players are equal on both sides. From what I'm seeing, it's just that right now the positioning and also those 50-50 balls and the speed has really been on the side of Polk. Okay, just got a little tangled up there with the legs. Going to go to Polk.
If you're watching this game at home, lots of sports going on throughout the day here on campus. Got the softball game going on, the alumni softball game, the alumni baseball game happening at 1 p.m. The alumni golf outing at the Crane Lakes Golf and Country Club. That coming up at the top of the hour as well. And at 3 p.m., women's volleyball. Daytona State takes on Florida Southwestern State. So plenty of time to get to campus. Homecoming weekend continues. Just an awesome weekend to be a part of. Ted, you are still eating.
Are you kidding me? I stopped eating a long time. I ate during halftime. Man, I don't know what happened to
The
you.
food has been sensational, folks. Yesterday and today, and everybody under the tent, and great fellowship as well. Everybody getting together. So cool to see the faculty and staff of Daytona State, the student athletes, teachers, coaches, everybody under one roof yesterday.
You know, Drew, it's so hard when you're a 2-year program to make folks have, make your not only students, but also the alumni have that sense of belonging. It's difficult because at a 4-year school, hey, you're there 4 years. I've cultivated all these relationships. I got to know all these people. In the 2-year program, it's a little bit more difficult. But obviously they've done a great job. They've done an incredible job. I was just downstairs getting food for myself because you didn't want any. Unfortunately, that's on you, bud. But I mean, I just saw a whole bunch of folks that I've, seen before. We had some retired folks from Daytona State that were here as well. We had people from our WISE program, which is Wisdom in Senior Education. I saw a group of folks that were over there by the hot dog burger line. And it's really just, you just see, it's just an upbeat, and look at the weather they have for it. My goodness.
Picture perfect here at Daytona State Soccer Complex. Pierre now circling around. Just incredible skill. She's been dribbling between 2 and 3 defenders all day long.
It really is the mark of an incredible player. Beating one person, yeah, that takes an amount of skill, right? You got, especially if you're speedy, you push it past, you do a couple of, bobs and weaves. But when you see the person who can take on 2 and 3 players, like a Pelé type, that's very rare. That's a rare find.
Eagles now, just before the end line, this one will be sent over the goal. And Daytona State will have a goal kick coming up. So Lucia Guemes, see the 5 goals on the board. You may wonder, has our keeper been up to speed? It has not been on her. Polk State has simply been absolutely incredible on the attack.
Number 6, Daytona Anderson.
Creating favorable advantages, getting it to their best players. Daytona Anderson, freshman from Jamaica now, hoping to spark Daytona State here off the bench. Falcons trying to take it away. And the ball will belong here to Daytona State. Very, very light breeze favoring the team going from left to right. So Daytona State playing with the wind at their backs here at this point. 81 degrees here on campus. Eagles trying to clear it. Falcons trying to get on top of it. Oh, looked like Daytona State could have gotten a toe on at that time. Would have posed a major problem. Instead, it's Jillian Johnson. Johnson attacking with purpose. This is Pierre. Pierre has it taken away. Good job by Daytona State that time. And now let's see if Kuguir could track it down. Not going to get a chance to. The ball goes out of bounds. Daytona State going to have possession here. This is Kashida. Falcons trying to get a shot on. This ball is sent wide. Shania Harris had a brief window and it closed rather quickly. So Harris with 8 goals coming in. She had 2 goals the other night against Pasco Hernando. She has not really been a factor thus far. Did have the injury in the first half. Got up really slow and has not quite been herself. Daytona State pressing. This is the type of soccer they need to play from here on out. Really apply pressure to Polk State. Kaguir. Try to sneak one through. And it's Atta. So you see right now Daytona State playing a much better brand of soccer. Only question is it too little too late?
Yeah, they've really looked much better as far as their discipline and defense for the second half.
Gonna team up there on Pierre. And the ball goes out of bounds. Throw in coming up on the far side.
I don't know if referee's going to give him a free kick or a, yeah, it is a free kick.
So Polk State will put this one in motion. Take a look at Jessica Belli. Right there, big smile. Everything going her team's way up to this point. Estrada. Nice service. Tapped out. Falcons will clear it.
Yeah, just a poor reception there by Ota. Ota number 10. Been very active. Both halves so far.
Slayonata, little tap. Now gets into position. Just play with such confidence, this team. Tell you what, hard to believe watching them that they lost to Eastern Florida. I think this team is that good, and Falcons have the potential to be this good.
Yes,
they just has not fully come together. I think win or lose, this is going to be a big game that is going to be a lesson to Daytona State moving forward.
There's another, just Aaron Cross. Easy ball right there to just get it across, and that's two that have flown over the end line that have been served up well.
Little touch by Harris.
All right, so if you're a midi, you need to be running 100% right now, pushing forward. So that way you're flooding that box.
Allison
TSC.
Worley attacking. Worley trying to get that shot on.
Be a
and
corner.
Look at her teammate. It's Kaguir asking for it that time, and I think she has a point. Worley should have probably crossed that to her wide open teammate.
Yeah, and sometimes what you do is, and I've been in that spot before, you get this tunnel vision. You're down at the ball, you're right going to goal, and basically, if you're, Kaguir, you got to be yelling, "I'm here, square it, square," and then you have a better case for getting the ball.
Here it comes, the end swing in traffic, ball is loose. Falcons trying to put on that magical final touch. They'll have a chance here for a throw-in.
That looked dangerous. It was a great ball. Great service from the corner. Created a lot of havoc in the 6-yard box. That's what you want to do. See that 50-50 again, Drew? You saw that 50-50 again. Once, you got to show yourself and you got to come to the ball. Do not let the defender run around you. You shield it.
Ball in a tough spot right now if you're the Falcons. Finally tapped out. And let's see, will this be a corner kick or a throw-in?
Throw-in,
Looks like
yeah.
it's going to be a throw-in. Tough to do anything with it in this position.
Okay, right idea. I love the change of speeds. Love the change. It's so deceptive, Jillian Johnson. So very, very deceptive. Looks like she's slowing down and boom, like a rocket. That will be a Polk State ball, yes. Been a bit less action in the defensive end
Coming in for the Eagles,
for Polk
6,
State,
Jenny Joseph.
or I should say for Daytona State. It's been a little bit better for them, but yet we have seen a quick goal right at the beginning of the second half.
Now the Eagles, time and space to work with on the right side. This one will go right to the middle of the box, and coming up is Güemes. Oh, how does Johnson get that wide open?
Wow.
It almost seemed like the defender left her.
And it's just so good that, Johnson misplayed that ball. Kind of caromed off her hip. And lucky that happened, because if that settles in front of her, I mean, she's one-on-one with the goalie with really no chance for Güemes. And it would seem that, Polk State is just keeping to their game plan, not letting up one bit. No real continuity here yet with both teams in these this middle portion.
Falcons chance to attack. There's a lane. Little space to work with and give it up at the last moment. Atta cut it off. There you see the Polk State players just refusing to be scored on. Players coming up and just coming out of nowhere to cut it off.
And there's number one danger right there with a Salad. Pierre with steam.
Lovely Pierre. And we're going to go the other way with it. Not sure what the call was that time, but obviously Pierre not happy.
Kind of like a push-off, like you'd see an offensive wide receiver in football. Kind of like a push-off to set herself free there. And the referee was, he called it right, I think.
Falcons trying to get an opportunity here.
Look how many black shirts are around them.
They've been outnumbered in scoring chances, Ted.
Just look at the
all
congestion.
day long.
Look at that congestion right there. There's only 2 Falcons in that area with 4 defenders. I mean, you just got no chance.
At some point, just need to get some more numbers forward. However, you got to guard against this. Jillian Johnson and company attacking.
Did good to slow her down. Good job, Harris. And there's the outlet pass. Swing it to the weak side.
Polk State's so aggressive in their attack. You can tell the loss against Eastern Florida made this team better, and they came in here today even hungrier than ever before.
Oh, yeah. Now, you said it right before that this was not a cupcake match for DSC's homecoming.
Even though there are cupcakes down there.
That's right. I'm very proud of myself, Joe. Willpower.
Willpower wins out today,
Yes.
huh? There's Lugo. Lugo had the first goal of the game for the visiting side off the penalty kick, her 15th of the year. This ball sent into the box, played right in the middle. Polk State trying to get a shot on, and there is Güemes coming up big once again.
There was Pierre. That was a good shot, too. Good job by Güemes, for sure.
They have roughed up 26 all day long, and Allison Worley has had enough of it.
That's going to be yellow. Yep. Yellow on number 4.
And I believe Worley got a yellow as well.
A double yellow. I thought Worley actually did well, just maybe she said something.
Take one more look. They've done this all day, Ted. They finally called it.
That probably should have been a foul on Worley right away, because she took her elbow, pushed it out.
Oh, the knee in the back.
Yeah, that's
at
a
the
yellow.
End.
And I'm not sure. She must have said something to make the double yellow occur there. That was an altercation with Sierra Siepler, number 4 of Polk.
There's a shot, and it's scored.
Wow.
Falcons not going away quietly.
That was such an incredible set piece, Drew. And from a really tough angle. I mean, you don't see a lot of 40-yard balls like that come in from that angle, take a one-timer and score. That was amazing.
So I believe it's Alexandra Espinosa. We'll get one more look at it to confirm. She flies in, gets a piece of it. Daytona State, again, they're going to fight all they can until that final buzzer.
To tooth and nail. And certainly these are some positives that you take away, right? You practice those set pieces, during practice every day. And that one surely paid off. And here's the replay. Take a look-see. Nice service, in-swinger, and then boom, from nowhere, Espinosa comes from the left side flank and just pushes it right into that, buries in the left post. Well done. Certainly something positive to take from the match.
That's the 4th goal of the season for Espinosa.
We haven't called, Kaguir's name a lot this game. We'd like to see if she can get herself in the game because she is a dynamo.
So, Ted, this point in the game, to have 2 goals with 20 minutes to go, it's not too shabby from Daytona State. What I'm so surprised about, and I know that Coach Hope Clark is surprised about, the way the defense has broken down. Let's see if it can hold up the rest of the way. Accelerate your education by taking advantage of the incredible opportunities offered through Halifax Health Partnership with Daytona State College. If you want a rewarding career in healthcare, find out how we can help at halifaxhealth.org/education to employment.
The world, I should say not the world, right? I'm sure the world could use, but right now the United States, not deep enough with 2 benches. One being education, and, we need more teachers, and the other with nurses. And, here at this college, Daytona State, they have a program in nursing that is incredibly, well designed, has that articulation agreement with Halifax Health. And anybody who wants to, possess a registered nursing license, it provides seamless transition from the associate degree to they have a BSN, which is a Bachelor of Science in Nursing here. You can become a critical care nurse, a case manager, public health, care nurse, pediatric nurse. Anyway, and they get to work right in our backyard here, right behind the stadium is Halifax Health, and that's where they can do their practicums. It's just a walk right over to the park there.
Two goals for Daytona State, scored by Alexis Harden and Alejandra Espinosa. Still trail by 3 goals. Polk State. Foot on the gas pedal since the start. This is Pierre. Pierre, little hesitation, then laying it for a teammate, and this one's cut off. Good anticipation by the back line of the Falcons. Eagles get it right back. But you just see Daytona State playing a lot stingier, playing a lot more heads up than they were in the first half and early parts of half number 2.
Very true, Drew.
Emma Parrish. This ball sent out. Here comes the service once more. And there you see the extra defender coming in to make life very difficult on Jillian Johnson. Johnson not going to get by.
Oh, great service again.
Oh, another touch that was nearly goal number 6. It seems like they make something out of every single possession.
Yes, exactly. Certainly when it's come from this left side across the way, that basically what happens right there, that's just a little bit too much ball watching by the defender. Instead of watch, you got to go to it. And here comes Pierre again. Whoa. Wow.
Had a rough angle, still managed a shot, and she is down right now. Lovely Pierre with a goal today. And some obvious pain. She went down a bit awkwardly that time. And we hope she is going to be okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a big loss for Polk State if she can't get up and move around. She seems to be writhing in pain. I'm hoping it was just because she fell on her back and got the wind knocked out of her. I'm hoping that was the case, but we'll hopefully be able to find out shortly as the trainer goes out from Polk State to check on her.
She has been sensational this entire game. Comes from Miami, had 6 goals coming in.
Oh, boy.
Adding another here, and you just hope that that is not the dreaded ACL injury. The way she went down, would never want to diagnose something from up here.
Oh, no. It's bad. She twisted it badly. I don't know if it's the knee or the ankle at this point, but she is in tremendous pain. Oh, I hope this doesn't end her season. This is just terrible for her. She's in extreme pain.
So tough to watch. We take a look at the crowd here on campus at Daytona State College. They can see themselves up on the big screen, soaking it all in. Gorgeous day here in Daytona. And an unfortunate circumstance at the moment. We hope Pierre is going to be okay. But altogether, it's been kind of a rough afternoon for Daytona State as a team. They expected better than this. They wanted to compete a little bit better, but Polk State has played on another level. Ted, I've seen these injuries before.
Yeah.
This could be an ACL. Look at the way she goes down. Look at the way she kind of comes down right there.
Oh.
It just looks like...
Okay, I saw it. Don't worry. It's not the knee.
Okay.
It's not the knee. She rolled her ankle.
If it's an ankle, that's great news.
Yeah. Looks like she rolled her ankle. I hope it didn't extend all the way up to the ACL or the MCL.
This is one of those games where if you are Daytona State, you can, again, learn a lot from it. Still plenty of soccer to play after this game. It's been kind of a topsy-turvy month with Hurricane Ian thrown into it as well. But you've still got Atlantis University coming up, that game on October 12th. And then next Saturday, Eastern Florida comes here to Daytona State. That's going to be a tough one. Make no two bones about it. Then they head to Polk State. See if the result can be any different when you go to the Eagles' house.
Right.
And then at Eastern Florida before, hopefully, a postseason run.
Here's some news. She's up. Pierre, though, cannot put any weight on it. Wow. I mean, right now she's not using either leg. She's been carried off.
Well, this is the first fall here at Daytona State where student housing has been an option, and it has added a completely new dimension to life on campus here in Falcon Nation. And attendance at athletic events has spiked.
Sure.
And spirit on campus continues to spike, and why not? Chance to live with all of your fellow classmates. So much fun. That is the complete collegiate experience.
Yeah, you were just watching just a minute ago. That was a nice shot of the dorm with some trees. Beautiful commons area there. 280 students. It was interesting. I was being told by one of the directors, the housing directors, that during the hurricane, 80 students did stick around, you know. And, okay, those 80, they got a meal plan, right? We got to feed them, right? We got to make sure they have drinks and whatnot. So it was a bit of a challenge. And the electricity did go out for a time. But everything's good now, back to normal. Thank goodness for... obviously, for a lot of the East Coast of Florida, back to normal after a terrible altercation with Ian. We, of course, send out our thoughts, prayers. Certainly, my wife and I, we just donated to a cause for what's going on in Fort Myers Beach and Fort Myers. and other adjacent areas like Naples.
Just under 15 minutes left to go in the game. See if Daytona State has possibly another goal, maybe 2 goals left in their arsenal. Emma Parrish picks it up.
I'm just thinking, as we go deeper into the season, if Pierre, is going to be out for a bit, I mean, the whole dynamic of this Polk State squad is going to change. Basically, she was the offensive general for the team.
Certainly a big-time difference maker. Jillian Johnson. So lovely Pierre. Sideline now for the Eagles, Daytona State. Trying to take advantage of her not being in there. Definitely lose a lot. And we hope that she is not, of course, lost for the season. It would be devastating to the Eagles' playoff chances. And to her career in the future.
Great opportunity there, but cut off by a sliding number 6.
Well, that is Kugweir. You called for her. Number 10 for Daytona State.
Yeah, I just feel like she needs to get into that game to help cause a few more goals to get in the back of that net for Daytona State. She has the tools. She's very skillful.
Allison Worley comes back in. She's had a tough afternoon, but has kept on fighting. Got to hand it to her. Again, if you're the Falcons, there's no such thing as a loss. You either win or you learn. That's what an L stands for.
What coaches you kind of peel that off from? Or is that just created by Drew Felios on the moment?
Try to apply it to my own life. Akari Kashida into the box. And here's Jillian Johnson.
Calling you Zen Felios.
Johnson has got some kind of speed, but has it taken away. No, you're going to have setbacks, Ted, in life, in sports, in your career. And, it is true that you learn the most from those setbacks. When you're always having success, you're not going to really truly learn to appreciate the good times, except whenever you've had the hard times.
Exactly. I mean, Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team in his freshman year.
Yes.
How'd he deal with that? Worked harder.
Guemis spreading it around.
Walt Disney told when he was younger he had no original ideas. Well, we saw how that turned out. Told by a TV producer she didn't have a face for television. Well, we know what happened to Oprah Winfrey.
Yes.
I just keep going, Drew.
Yeah.
You set the table, I'll
The Rock, the great actor, athlete, of course, cut from the NFL. Only $7 in his pocket before he decided to get things together. The rest is history.
Now, I was watching that series, I think it was NBC, about his life, and I tell you, it was cheeky, it was cute.
Falcons perhaps with an opportunity. James denied. Sophia Nichols comes out. She is in a little bit of pain. She took one. But Daytona State likely should have had a goal on that attempt.
Yeah, I thought she was going to pull it to the far post right away. Here's the replay. Okay, here's that right there. Should have been far post. Goalie was actually out of position for the far post. Surprising.
Sophia Nichols trying to slow things down. Can take her time here. 10 minutes left to play in this game. 5-2 the score. Polk State over Daytona State. Drew Felios and Ted Sofianos. Great job by our television crew. The doubleheader last night and then coming back early this morning to bring you coverage on WDSC TV.
Yeah, it doesn't lend itself to a lot of sleep for that TV crew. Well done, gang. Well done. coming back, having to set up again, start it all over. You know, these productions are never easy. Right? You got, what is it, Sunday night football or, Sunday football? That takes a whole months of preparation.
For the Eagles, number 21.
Here's Alexis Harden, young lady out of Port Orange. Did not play at a major club. She is a great story. Usually, a lot of these players come from these big-time, prestigious soccer clubs. She played for her father, was spotted by Hope Clark. Coach Clark got on it, and Alexis has been a real gem for the program here at Daytona State.
Again, I mean, as you match up player for player on both sides, each team has, those, igniters, those players that are just full oodles of talent. But here you just kind of see just a better orchestration, a better flow of the game for Polk, at least today. And we're gonna have to figure out, as if you're Coach Hope Clark, how to change that.
Ball comes on right atop the crossbar. Oh, the rebound was out. Daytona State trying to pepper Nichols with shots here. And another near goal would have pulled the Falcons to within 2.
Yeah, to the DSC, I didn't see who hit that shot, but that was not easy to bring down. That was a tough one. But good job with the execution. Just not to the very end with the going into the back of the net, but seeing some real good bright spots in this half for Daytona State, Drew. A number of lessons learned, but some great technique, some great control, putting the chain link together for development of the passes.
Kugweir sending it in. So Kugweir really starting to get involved. Only wish she had maybe had those opportunities a little sooner. Shania Harris trying to dig in.
I know the line's been called that, that ball out, but the reason why it got to be out was because the Daytona State player was shoved and couldn't get to the ball in time. I don't know what happened in the middle there by the 6-yard box.
See Joanna Boyven right now slow to get up. Got to retie her shoe, looks like. Get her shin guard set. One thing I disliked when I played soccer, putting on the shin guards.
Oh yeah, they'd always fall, right? They'd always come, and you don't want that because you want your ankle to be exposed to the ball so you can kick it harder when you need to. It would also mess with your instep. We had our ways of trying to keep them up, but I agree, Drew. That was just a nuisance. The best thing we came up with was using hairspray and hitting our legs with the hairspray so the thing would stick to your leg. But, that lasted maybe 10 minutes as soon as you start getting sweaty.
Johnson.
I don't know if anybody's noticed, but Coach Clark, she's got Dejanay Anderson in there, and she's doing the one-on-one now with Johnson. That wasn't happening before because Johnson was beating basically anybody who was on her. So as far as I'm concerned, great strategic move there by Coach Hope Clark, because that's what's happened. You've got Dejanay, she swung on over for defense, came over to the right flank, and then took care of the left wing, which was Johnson. So a good strategic move there by the coach.
Ball heads back. Ooh. Not the way Nichols would have liked that to work out.
There you go, in the same matchup that I was just talking about.
Johnson just so calmly takes possession.
Not only calm, but just her fluid motion of how she does things. Oh, whoops. Little kid she's okay. She's all right. No? Oh, I hope she's okay. She's a ball girl. Yeah, she just said she's okay. She shook it off. Ball girl's all right, thank goodness. what Daytona State Lady Falcons like to do is invite some of the 12, 13-year-olds, under 13 teams over, and share with them some of their experience, some of the soccer lessons that are shared, and they come and volunteer to be either ball ladies or ball boys, what have you. So really nice to see that relationship occur here.
And not an easy job.
No.
Johnson, another beauty. Look out, Eagles attacking once more and taken away at the last possible moment.
Wow. How about the touch, the pace on that pass was just bar none, just perfect.
Lucia Guemes been on guard from the start.
Okay, I'm not sure of the hold-up here. Certainly some of the heat and perhaps lack of water. I haven't seen the water break that we normally see in the summer. In the summertime, what they normally do, somewhere around the 22-minute mark of each half, they will then have a water break because of the heat. Maybe today's one of those days where that should have happened. It's a referee's call.
Sarah Estrada puts this one in orbit. Falcons once again unable to fully clear it. They do. A little bit late. And this is Worley. Yeah, certainly no humidity, but the sun is out in full force here.
Good job, Worley. Starting to throw in right away, not wasting any time. All right, now that's right. You swing it. Now you got to call for it.
Falcons try to get it middle of the field.
Yeah, not into that congestion. No, got to push it out, and you need a wing out there. You notice there's nobody on the left side. There's got to be somebody stretching out that field over there. There's that matchup again that I mentioned before.
Once again, volleyball coming up later on today, 3 p.m. here on campus as Daytona State battles Florida Southwestern State. Good time to come on down to the Lemarant Center. Check out Laura Booker Anderson and her volleyball team doing great things this year. Ball girls look like they're okay. Yeah, that one number 5 was hit that time, but she's
up
smiling right now.
I just saw another, Dejanay against Johnson. Right now, it's been Dejanay Anderson been really just stuck on Johnson. It's been a good matchup now. And before, Johnson was having her way.
So this is going to be the first loss for the Falcons this year. They were 6-0-2 with those 2 ties
1 minute remaining
coming into this game. Sometimes you kind of need that loss to give you a little perspective, make you reset, make you work to get better. Some of the flaws of Daytona State exposed just a bit in this game. And I think Coach Hope Clark and this team is going to make the adjustments.
I mean, they didn't go silently, right? And, Polk State has an excellent defense, and you scored 2 goals on them. You're going to take that to the bank. As you start, looking at practices on Monday after this homecoming weekend, glorious weekend that they've had. They've had picture perfect, what did you call it the other day? Chamber of Commerce weather since, Tuesday or Wednesday. It's just been absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Final 10 seconds here on this homecoming Saturday.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So the Falcons going to fall here 5-2 to Polk State. And give the Eagles credit. They came in here, took care of business, went on top 4-0 before Daytona State registered their first goal. So a couple goals by Kowalski, and then Pierre, Atta, and Lugo also get on the score sheet. The Falcons get 2 goals, one from Alexis Hart and the other from Alejandra Espinosa. Accelerate your education by taking advantage of the incredible opportunities offered through Halifax Health Partnership with Daytona State College. If you want a rewarding career in healthcare, find out how we can help at halifaxhealth.org/education to employment. Halifax Health, a proud supporter of Falcon Athletics and the official healthcare provider for the Falcon Athletic Program. Upcoming broadcasts here on WDSC TV as you see that final score once more. Polk State 3 goals better here on this beautiful Saturday. We still have one final men's soccer broadcast. That date, October 22nd, 7 p.m. against Eastern Florida. I will not be here. Tom James will be in the seat, Ted.
I love Tom James.
Reunited
Tom
with
James.
the great Tom
guy.
James. And that'll be a fun Saturday. Be sure and join us then. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at DSC Falcon Sports. Daytona State very active on social media. We encourage you to be as well. Oh, it was a tough afternoon for the Falcons. Daytona State in that first half came out a little bit flat. Second half fared much better. In the end, a loss 5-2 to Polk State. We hope you enjoyed it. Not the outcome, but certainly the game. For Ted Sofianos, the professor, and our fabulous crew, all the names on this screen that you are seeing. Once again, a fabulous job with the doubleheader, working last night and also getting up very early this morning. I'm Drew Felios. Have a great homecoming weekend, everybody, and we will see you on October 22nd. Take care.